On the show, I'm sure Chris, you can write your letters to Chris Davis, and we'll try to make the show better for you.
Square, Northeastern, don't ask the zip, I don't know.
And it's time.
Survey says.
The price is wrong. For trivia.
Live from the ECAT studios in Northeastern Massachusetts, this is Tuesday Triviality. It's September 26, 2023, and I'm your host and trivia master of ceremonies, Tim Puopolo, and it's time for trivia. All right, Tuesday Triviality is brought to us all by Michael Associates Ltd. Located in Quincy, Mass., they specialize in real estate and financial services, including the private placement of federal housing tax credit partnerships to both individual and corporate investors. So thank you to Michael Ltd., Michael Associates Ltd. For bringing this show to the masses. And thank you all for joining us tonight. This show features trivia questions, general trivia questions and answers this evening. If you're watching this as a rerun or on demand at a later date after September 26, 2023, which we are now live in, you can always play along like your favorite TV game show. However, if you're watching this live, you have the opportunity to participate and win prizes. So here is how that works. For us live viewers right now, when I read each question, you'll have a minute to send in your answers before I reveal the answer on air. There will be an on-screen countdown timer to help you along as well. Now, how you send in your answers is with our easy online answer sheet, which can either be pulled up in your computer browser or on a smartphone or tablet with our handy-dandy QR code. So, right over here. So you can take this moment to either scan your screen or you can follow the link, which may also be in the Facebook chat as well. This is where our answer sheet lives, and no matter how you're watching this, big screen, small screen, or something in between, we'll all be sending in our answers to the same format. Be advised, Facebook comments, Zoom chat, and anything you yell at the TV screen will be lost in the void. So if you want to be counted, take the time now to click that link or scan this QR. So as we're getting that up, allow me to explain, when you pull up your answer sheet, you'll notice there's only two important fields to fill out: your name and your answer. You'll be resubmitting this answer sheet, so it's the same one every time. And there's also a non-required field for each submission at the bottom for an email address. You'll only need to fill that out once in the beginning of the game if at least one of your answers has that email address. If you're one of the winners, we can match your name up to your email address so we can contact you for your prize. There will be a prize for each round this evening. So when you get that up, if you want a little bit of a pro tip, put in your name before the question's read. This will help improve your response time. Response time is important because in this game, speed is rewarded. For every question, the top 3 quickest correct answers, that's the key, are entered into that round's drawing. So not only do you need to be correct, you have to be fast. The top 3 correct answers, which may not be the top 3 fastest answers, you may get your answer in down to the wire at the end. As long as you are the first, second, or third correct answerer of each question, your name will go into that drawing. And from there, it'll be a random name pulled out of each round's winner pool. So even if you only get one question right in all of round 1, you still have a chance to be our round 1 winner. So let's check out our prizes. So rounds 1, 2, and 3, this will be a 3-round game, and each round will have a $50 gift card prize. So round 1 will be a $50 gift card to Bill's House of Pizza, located on 97 Main Street in Northeastern. Oven hot pizzas, great tasting subs, fresh salads, and delicious dinners. It's been a staple of downtown Northeastern for a while, so round 1, you're playing for a $50 gift card to Bill's House of Pizza. Round 2, this is a $50 gift card to the Stone Forge Grill. Scratch that and reverse that. Bill's House of Pizza is round 2. Round 1 is the Stone Forge Grill. And that one was donated kindly by Doug King Builders. Doug King Builders, with more than 50 years experience designing and building over 1,500 homes and 50 commercial properties. So the Stone Forge Grill is at 10 Roosevelt Circle in Southeastern. So one more time to correct the record. Round 1, $50 Stone Forge Grill gift card donated by Doug King Builders. Round 2 is $50 Bill's House of Pizza, subs, salads, and pizzas. And then round 3, another $50 gift card. This is to the Southeast School of Music. Located at 477 Turnpike Street in Southeastern, this is where music equals life. So whether you want a sit-down dinner, a take-home dinner, or you want to try out some of your musical flair, there's something in it for you. So, again, to max out your chances in each round, you'll have to be one of the top 3 answerers for each question. If you do that, you'll get your name in the bag 3 times for each question. But the drawing will still be random, so you never know. But we're going to keep this match above the belt. Siri, Alexa, and Google are not valid members of your brain trust. Only one answer per person per question, please. And now's your chance to get that answer form locked and loaded. Put in your name so you don't waste any more valuable seconds getting in your answer. And if you have that up and ready to go, again, the QR code is right here on the screen. Once you send it in, you'll just click submit another response and the same thing will come up blank. And we'll use this same form for every question for every round. So if you get to it once, you're good for the night. All right, so we're going to jump into round 1. Round 1, we're going to have 8 questions, 8 chances. So Maestro, are we ready with a minute on the clock? All right, here we go. Round 1, question 1, appearing on the screens now. What 1996 romantic comedy contained the classic quote, "You had me at hello"? You had me at hello, and now the clock is running. So let's see these answers coming in. Who knows their rom-com? Specifically, this one from 1996 is what we're looking for. You had me at hello. So there we go. I don't want to give away anything by naming any actors, but as the clock runs down, maybe I'll give you another hint. Seeing if any answers come in for this one. You had me at hello. That's your clue right there. Looking for a movie. Looking for a movie. Okay, we're about halfway through. You had me at hello. That's one from, let's see, one memorable quote from this movie. There are others. Like, "You complete me." "You complete me" is another quote from this same 1996 movie. One more as the clock's running out. "Show me the money." "Show me the money." You had me at hello, and "you complete me." These are all quotes from Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire right there for round 1, question 1. Question number 2, moving right along. Here's another one for you. We're looking for, what is the name of the Indian tea brewed with milk and cardamom? Brewed with milk and cardamom. We're looking for a type of Indian tea. Indian tea. So brewed with milk. So it's sort of a creamy appearance, and cardamom would be one of the chief flavoring elements of this tea. Here we go. We're looking. What is the name of this tea? Specifically an Indian type of tea. You know, India, one of the spice capitals of the world. This is a popular tea. You can get it here in the States quite easily. Your supermarket, or brewed for you, probably at a Starbucks. So the time is chugging along. All right, we're looking for this Indian tea, milk and cardamom. You can have it straight up, or you can have it in latte form if you foam the milk. All right, we're in our final 10 seconds right here. 10 seconds remaining to get those answers in. All right, and that answer is chai. It is chai tea that is brewed with milk and cardamom. So a nice flavorful thing to keep you warm this winter. So I recommend it. All right, question number 3, moving right along. Ooh, this one's fun. How many NBA teams represent the state of California? How many NBA teams represent the state of California? You don't have to list out any teams. We're just looking for a number here. Just looking for a number. How many teams are there playing in California? So obviously it's not just one, or else this wouldn't be a very interesting question. We're looking for how many basketball teams in the NBA play in the state of California, represent communities of California, and have their stadium within the Republic of California. All right, we got some answers coming in. The answers coming in. How many NBA teams in California? I know this one you might have to really sit and think about it, but as this time is running out, it doesn't hurt to throw a number out. You're not penalized for an incorrect answer, so you might as well, in basketball terms, shoot your shot. The clock is running out. Beat the buzzer. All right, and that's time. All right, this one was tough. It's actually 4. 4 basketball teams for California. You get the LA Lakers, LA Clippers, Golden State Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings. So 4 basketball teams in the state of California. Woo-hoo. All right, we're at a good clip right here, so let's keep this pace moving with question number 4. Question number 4, a cygnet grows up to be what animal in adulthood? A cygnet is the baby form of an animal. Of course, a lot of animals have fun baby form names. You got an owl starts off as an owlet. A turtle is a hatchling. A dog is a puppy. Cat is a kitten. What starts off life as a cygnet? As a cygnet right there. So we're looking for an animal right here. So a little fun wildlife biology for you. What does a cygnet grow up to be? All right, we're about halfway through there. Let's see, maybe it might help if you know some of your constellations. There's a constellation out there called Cygnus. Cygnus being the same Latin root that a cygnet comes from. So Cygnus, the constellation, is the same animal that a cygnet grows up to be. All right, and we're coming down on that time. And here we go. It is a swan. A swan. So biologists may know it as a cygnet. To many other people, they know a cygnet as that very ugly duckling. A cygnet is like a gosling or a duckling, but for a swan. So now you know there. If you didn't know, now you know. That's the joy of trivia. Okay, moving right along. What author wrote the 1960 Pulitzer Prize winning novel To Kill a Mockingbird? Hopefully this one might be easy for a lot of us, so maybe this one's where speed comes into play. But who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird? Maybe it's a bit better than To Kill a Swan, but To Kill a Mockingbird is a Pulitzer Prize winning novel, well known throughout the world, and in many communities still required reading in high school. Who is the author of To Kill a Mockingbird? All right. We got our answers coming in, but we still have room. We still have room to get your name put into that drawing, because even though answers are coming in, we don't yet have 3 correct ones. So how well do you know your literature, your literary authors, especially one that gained quite the notoriety for To Kill a Mockingbird? Very poignant piece. Oh, here we go. And that is our time. Okay. That was Harper Lee. Harper Lee, who only passed away in the last 3 or so years. Harper Lee, by the end of her life, Harper Lee did make a sequel, which I think was Go Call the Watchman. But Harper Lee wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay. So now up next, question number 6, and another minute on the clock to win it. Boston is the most populous city in Massachusetts. What is the second most populous city in Massachusetts? So it goes without saying that Boston is the most populous city, the largest population within the borders in Massachusetts. It's also the most populous city in all of New England. But we're looking for the second most. Who takes the cake? It is a city by virtue of size, but Massachusetts is home to lots of large cities. So which one is it? What is the second most populated city in Massachusetts behind Boston only? And another fun fact, this is also the second most populous city in New England. So this city also edges out Providence, Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut, Portland, Maine. Massachusetts has the number 1 and number 2 most populated cities in New England. Boston being number 1. My question to you is, what is number 2? Okay, here we go, some correct answers in here, but now it's too late, because here's your answer. It's Worcester. Worcester, home of the Woo Sox, is the second most populous city in Massachusetts. From there on, it goes to Springfield, but Boston and then Worcester, for population at least, as far as we know, based on the most recent census. But Worcester has a pretty good lead over the cities in 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. All right, here comes your question number 7. Number 7 right here. In Roman numerals, what number is D? So to clarify on this format, if I ask what number is V, the answer would be 5, and you can just put in 5. X is 10. What is D? Obviously, it is a number that we have not quite yet reached in Super Bowls, so you don't see Super Bowl DLX anytime in the near future. But what number is D when it comes to Roman numerals? So you can type that in your regular old Arabic numerals, which appear on a keyboard. We're looking for D is the Roman numeral for what number that we know. Okay. Yeah, so 15 more seconds to think of that through. Let me try to think what other hints. M is 1,000. And like I said, I is 1, V is 5, X is 10. What is D? D is 500. D is 500 because I believe L is 50. That did appear in Super Bowls. And 100 is C. So 100 is C, 50 is L, and 500 is D, which is, D is half of M. And now you know that too. Okay, so now this brings us to our last question of round 1 before our break and our first drawing. Here is your question number 8 on the boards. Which Great Lake of North America is westernmost? Westernmost. So if you can visualize the Great Lakes, the one, you might also, if you're looking at a map, leftmost. But when you're talking maps, westernmost and leftmost coincide, but saying westernmost is most correct. So which Great Lake of North America is westernmost? Also closest to Idaho, which is landlocked, but that's way out west as well. Which Great Lake? There are 5, so maybe you can consider this to be a long-form multiple choice if you can think of all 5 Great Lakes of North America. Which one is furthest west? Furthest west. All right, we got some answers coming in right here. 10 more seconds to name me a Great Lake. Let's see. The Great Lakes, HOMES, homes. That's a quick, easy acronym to remember them. But it looks like we've run up against our time, so it's time for the answer right here. And it is Lake Superior. Lake Superior lives up to its name. It's also the biggest and deepest of the lakes, and westernmost, although I'm sure that had no factor in its naming. It's nomenclature. All right, so that brings us to the end of round 1. If you were playing along live, Your answers are counted and time-stamped down to the millisecond. We're going to take about a minute break, and when we come back, we'll be doing our drawing for our round 1 prize. We'll be playing for Stoneforge Grill gift card brought to us by Doug King Builders. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Welcome to Service Matters, a weekly radio show that talks about the good things that are happening in local communities and beyond.
Since 1978, the Eastern Food Pantry has been dedicated to providing food to our neighbors in times of need. As long as there's hungry people in our community, our doors are open, our hearts will be open to help.
We also like to talk about the good things that people do to make a difference, and in many cases, to make dreams real for folks out there in need.
Just to chat about, as you say, some of the good things in life. There's some of the good things, the great things, and the happy things.
And certainly watch us on ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television.
And welcome back. All right, we've combed through the answers, assigned everybody who got it in first and correct their rightful spot in this wonderful pillowcase. So without any further ado, let us pull out our round 1 winner. That is all right. For answering chai, this goes to Carol. Carol, you're our round 1 winner for the Stoneforge Grill. So I'll keep this aside, and we'll be able to contact you via email to get you your prize. So for everybody else, fear not, there are still 2 more chances to get some sweet swag out here from Tuesday Triviality. We're going to jump into round 2, and the rules of gameplay work the same as round 1. So let me just get all prepped right here. But you'll still have a minute on the clock before we move on to the next question. We've just sort of wiped our ranking system to get ready for this. We'll have another 8 questions, which to you means another 8 chances to get your name in the bag. And we'll be playing for the $50 gift card to Bill's House of Pizza. So 97 Main Street, Bill's House of Pizza, subs, pizzas, salads, and delicious dinners. So get ready, shake it out, give yourself a good thumb stretch, because now we're back in the game for round 2. Maybe we'll turn up the heat just a little bit on you for round 2. Consider it the medium round then. So here we go with another minute on the clock. Get geared up. Here we go for round 2, question 1. On the screens, CBS stands for what broadcasting system? What broadcasting system does CBS stand for? The BS, obviously, being broadcasting system, which is the given. So what I'm looking for is what the C stands for in CBS. All right, the C stands for in CBS. We are at ECAT right now, which stands for Eastern Community Access TV. But what does C in CBS stand for, with the BS being broadcasting system? Now you have your CBS, NBC, ABC. They're all acronyms. They've all been around since the advent of television. So what broadcasting system is CBS? Okay, we got some right ones in here. I see this one may be confusing some of you, which is good. That's good trivia. CBS, what does it stand for? And we're out of time. It is Columbia Broadcasting System, the same Columbia of Columbia Pictures, the partner studio of CBS. You're familiar with Columbia Pictures having that Lady Liberty logo, but CBS doesn't have that. It has that eyeball. All right, CBS is Columbia Broadcasting System. Question number 2. Both Stonehill College and the Easton Historical Society are celebrating their diamond anniversaries in 2023, marking how many years? So looking for a number right here. How many years is the diamond anniversary that both Stonehill College and the Easton Historical Society are celebrating this year? I guess across the pond they call each of these a jubilee, and here we call them just anniversaries, but jubilee makes it sound more fun. How many years is the diamond anniversary? So you may know your other anniversaries. You got your paper, your wood, your silver, your gold, and then there's the lesser known ones. You have your ruby, your emerald, your diamond, and your platinum. Your diamond anniversary is for how many years? How many years is the diamond anniversary? And maybe if you don't know that, maybe you know a little bit about Stonehill College and can do some reverse engineering if you know that founding date. All roads lead to Rome, right? All right, so that's our time for this question. And the correct answer was 75 years. 75 years. So you got your silver anniversary at 25 years, your gold anniversary at 50, and your diamond at 75. So they're happy 75th birthday this year to Stonehill College and the Easton Historical Society, both right here in our fair town. All right, question number 3. In Fahrenheit, at what temperature does water boil? And to clarify, at sea level. We don't want to do any tricky business here with in Denver. At sea level, let's say you are sitting on the Boston Harbor trying to boil a pot of water. At what temperature does water boil? And using Fahrenheit, because in Celsius it's 100. The Celsius scale is the freezing to boil scale, but Fahrenheit is more your comfort level. Our average temperatures throughout the year are 0 through 100, which is not freezing to boiling. But the boiling point of water, what is the temperature that water boils? That's what we want to know. And the general temperature at sea level. So we're not talking about any under extreme pressure, rice cookers. The temperature water boils. Now I feel like this is a good common knowledge kind of thing. It's probably living somewhere in that noggin. All right, here we go. The answer is 212 degrees. 212 degrees is the is the temperature at which water boils. Also, is it 451 Fahrenheit 451? That's the temperature at which paper combusts. So now you sort of know that little background on the title of that book, where it's about book burning. But 212 degrees is the temperature at which water boils, and it freezes at 32, which we're familiar with looking at the forecast for snow. All right, so that was a little science-y. Here's an interesting one. Question number 4. Actor Tommy Lee Jones was freshman year roommates with what future U.S. vice president at Harvard University? So, how well do you know the vice presidents of the United States? So, vice president of the United States that went to Harvard, and not only did this U.S. vice president go to Harvard University, he was freshman year roommates with actor Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones, and you could even, after the answer is revealed, you could always look it up, and there are plenty of photo ops with them together. Even though their careers went different directions, they both claimed their own fame, rightfully so, in their own avenues of life. So looking for a U.S. vice president, a vice president that was freshman year roommates with Tommy Lee Jones. Now, this is good trivia because it might not help you in everyday life, but it's interesting tidbit. All right, we got our answers coming in. We got 3 more seconds. You might just want to name a VP so that you don't, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. Okay, the answer was Al Gore. Al Gore was freshman year roommate with Tommy Lee Jones. Now, that's something that you wouldn't have thought, but hey, you never know who you'll meet in college. Okay, question number 5. How many U.S. states border the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. So, how many U.S. states? You don't have to name any, just like with the basketball teams in round one. You don't have to tell me which U.S. states border the Gulf of Mexico waters, just how many. How many? So try to visualize that map. Some have quite extensive coastlines, and some have small coastlines, but as long as it has a coastline with the Gulf of Mexico, it is counted. So how many is what we're looking for right here. Okay, think about your states, your geography. You gotta love the "Are you smarter than a fifth grader" type questions, because I'm sure if you had a fifth grader in the room with you right now, they might know some of these things. It's kind of funny how easy a simple U.S. state capital question can stump people. And this one is, how many states border the Gulf of Mexico waters? Okay, we are down to the wire, and the correct answer is 5. So Texas and Florida have the largest coastline. Louisiana is right there, rightfully so, but it is Arkansas and Mississippi that have the smaller coastlines right there. Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and Florida, they make that ring around the Gulf of Mexico. So 5 was the correct answer for that question. Okay, question number 6. Ooh, this one's also semi-literary. Marilyn Monroe's final marriage ended 1 year before her death, and it was with what famous American playwright? So Marilyn Monroe was famous for also having famous marriages. Famous for many things, but she had a marriage with a famous baseball player and an American playwright who was her last marriage, and it ended 1 year before her death. Who was this American playwright who was the last person to be married to Marilyn Monroe before her death? Okay, coming in right there. Yeah, so obviously not Joe DiMaggio. I don't think he wrote any plays, or if he did, they didn't make Broadway. What American playwright? So just like Harper Lee, I believe works by this person may also be required reading in many high schools across the U.S. Who is this playwright that had a marriage with Marilyn Monroe? Okay, that is your time. And the answer is Arthur Miller. You may know him from hits such as Death of a Salesman and The Crucible. Death of a Salesman and The Crucible, where Arthur Miller works. And Arthur Miller was Marilyn Monroe's last marriage before her untimely death. Okay, I know that was all over the place, so let's narrow it down with something that's somewhat of a multiple choice. Question number 7. Number 7, in which ship to the New World did Christopher Columbus first arrive? So if you know your rhymes, or if you remember some of your basic history, there were 3 ships on this first voyage to the New World. So consider that to be your multiple choice right there, the 3 famous ships. But of those 3, which one was larger? It was the flagship of the 3, of which Christopher Columbus was on board. Okay, we are coming in. And I'm pleased to announce that so far all the answers coming in are one of the 3 ships. Nobody's, sometimes you can get confused. The Hispaniola was the ship in Treasure Island, not a real ship. But here we go. We are coming in. We got about 10 more seconds left, so I'll give you that option. You have the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Which one was Christopher Columbus on and was larger than the other 2? Okay, that was the Santa Maria. The Nina and the Pinta being smaller, the Santa Maria being the flagship. Named Santa Maria, meaning Saint Mary, because it would only make sense that you would want some sort of protection and good blessing on the biggest ship. So the Santa Maria was the name of the ship of those 3 that Christopher Columbus was personally on board of. All right, and here we go. Our last question before our next break and next drawing. What action movie star also goes by the nickname The Muscles from Brussels? The Muscles from Brussels. It's a fun, everybody loves a good rhyming nickname. Who is the Muscles from Brussels? And if you need any sort of frame of reference, this is an action movie star, still alive. We're looking for what action star is the Muscles from Brussels. All right. Let's see. All right, we're about halfway through right here. Halfway through to get in those answers. Okay. And we have a couple correct ones, but I think if the clock is running, we have one more spot right here to get your name in the bag and 10 seconds to do so. Their answers are coming in, but I'm looking for the Muscles from Brussels. Where is he? All right, and that's time. That is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Or I would have accepted the acronym as well, JCVD, but Jean-Claude Van Damme is the Muscles from Brussels. Arnold Schwarzenegger is from Austria, not from Brussels, which is Belgian. All right, so with that, we're going to go to our next break, and when we come back, we're going to do our round 2 drawing. This round is for Bill's House of Pizza. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
And welcome to the official first episode of Eatin' with ECAT. My name is Joseph Taft.
I'm Jack Ryan.
And I'm Abby Kitchenham.
We are, in fact, your co-hosts, and we are determined to bring you all the big eats that you can handle. So listen, if you're a foodie, you're not going to want to miss any of the action. Check out our website, www.eastoncat.org, or find us on social, at eastoncat, to find this episode on demand.
Oh, you're going down, Kitchenham. You're going down. You're going down.
I got through the foam, and I'm getting a little more down to the... It's like...
The fact that there's jelly in this just unsettles me.
A Reuben sandwich is the best sandwich out. The sauerkraut mixed with the Thousand Island and the rye bread.
This is something I have never seen before.
We're good. We're all family here.
Where does the ice cream begin?
Big
and
bite.
the whipped cream end?
No more plate.
And we're back. All right, so welcome back, everybody. Hope you got to stretch your legs for a little bit, but now we have everybody categorized and back in the bag for round 2's drawing. So here we go. All right, answerer number 12. So, for being the second person to identify the Santa Maria, this goes to Kathy. Kathy, you are the winner of round 2's prize, a $50 gift card to Bill's House of Pizza. So we'll mark you down right there. And for everybody else, you have one more shot. So round 3, this will be an interesting one. Round 3, we're playing for a $50 gift card to the Southeast School of Music at 477 Turnpike Street, where music equals life. So maybe you can start a new hobby, or could make a good gift, or you could enrich your own experience right there. But that's what we'll be playing for round 3. So we all seem to figure it out for round 2 to use the same answering apparatus as round 1. And if anybody's still just joining us, if you're watching this on Facebook, there should be a link in the chat. And if you're watching us live on TV, or if this is easier for you, we also have a QR code right here. Because, as I said in the beginning, any answers you yell at the wall, I unfortunately won't be able to hear unless it comes through this avenue, which is a way that we can get all the answers from however you're watching in one place. All right, so if we have that up and ready to go, like I said in the beginning, put in your name first so you don't waste any time. We're going to jump into round 3. We'll have 8 more questions with 8 more chances for you to be our next winner. So let me put this right back into our bag of prizes. We got our minute on the clock ready to go. So I hope you're prepared. We're going to jump right into it. Here we go with round 3, question 1. Zorro is a fictional masked vigilante set in Old Spanish California. But zorro is the Spanish word for what animal? So Zorro, you know him throughout literature and history. More famously, about 25 years ago, Antonio Banderas wore the mask hat, making his little Z slash, the mark of Zorro, the sign of Zorro. But Zorro is not only just this masked vigilante of Old Spanish California, it's the Spanish word for what animal? What animal is un zorro in Espanol? So you might have to do a little bit of logic. After you hear the answer, you'll be like, oh, I can see how Zorro, the character, this fits with everything. So let's see. Zorro. Okay, 5 more seconds. So throw out an animal, one that you think might fit Zorro. But it is the fox. Fox. Why? Because he's sneaky and sly, I can only assume. Honorable mention to raccoon for the mask, but I believe in Spanish that is mapache. Mapache is raccoon. Zorro is fox. Crazy like a fox. All right, question number 2. Question number 2, for his clutch hitting position in the postseason, what Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, active from 67 to 87, earned the nickname Mr. October? So the original Mr. October, I guess, they may have thrown that nickname around in recent years with other people, sort of as an honorific. But the first Mr. October is a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, and if you need more of a hint, 67 to 87 right there. So a very prolific 20-year career in major leagues. Who is Mr. October? All right, we don't need any team affiliation, just the name. Who is Mr. October? And like I said right there, for clutch hitting in the postseason, because the baseball playoffs, October's coming up soon, so we'll get to experience the Major League Baseball playoffs and World Series coming up soon. But Mr. October has been retired now since 87, so we won't unfortunately see him. All right, and there's our time. Mr. October is none other than Reggie Jackson. You might have heard of him. Reggie Jackson of the New York Yankees primarily is known as Mr. October. Okay, moving right along to question number 3. What hard rock supergroup was co-founded by Slash in the early 2000s after he left Guns N' Roses? So, Slash, you may know him from Guns N' Roses. He's back in Guns N' Roses, if anyone really wanted to know. But we're looking for a rock supergroup. There's been plenty of awesome supergroups over the years. They sort of form from thin air and then disappear as quickly as they formed. I think there was the Traveling Wilburys was with George Harrison and so many other great guitarists. I think Eric Clapton as well. But which hard rock supergroup of the early 2000s was co-founded by Slash? By Slash, looking for that supergroup right there. All right, 3/4 away from your time. So we're in round 3, so this is, I guess, as tough as it's gonna get. These round 3 questions. 5 more seconds. Okay. And the correct answer was Velvet Revolver. Velvet Revolver did come together in the early 2000s. They are no longer around, as most supergroups come and go, but they leave that legacy. And Slash co-founded Velvet Revolver in the early 2000s. All right, now let us go into some world geography here. Sarajevo is a popular getaway spot and the capital city of what European nation? So like I said earlier, that maybe your fifth grader will help you with the U.S. capitals, but this one might be a little trickier. It's a European nation, so you can maybe do process of elimination. You know Sarajevo may not be the capital of Germany, France, or Italy, but what other European nation is Sarajevo the capital of? Sarajevo. And take other context clues into consideration. It is pronounced Sarajevo and spelt thusly like Sarajevo. But Sarajevo is a nice vacation spot, very historic, as most capital cities in Europe are. But what nation is Sarajevo the capital of? So, I know this one's tough for people. So, give us your best college try right here and send in a European nation that maybe you don't know the capital to, because it could be it. We'll see. Answers are in right here, and correct answer was Bosnia. Bosnia, or more technically now, Bosnia and Herzegovina, because they've sort of merged as one. There was a lot of civil war there in the mid-90s, but Sarajevo historically was the capital of Bosnia. Now the country's known as Bosnia and Herzegovina. So Bosnia would have been the short answer, but I, of course, accept the more correct answer, the full title of the country. Okay, moving right along. That was a tough one. Here's one that maybe if you don't know, you should. Question number 5. Which amendment protects people within U.S. borders from unlawful search and seizure? I believe the word of it is sort of unreasonable, but by virtue of it being an amendment, if it is unreasonable search and seizure, it is therefore unlawful. So which amendment, which, lucky for us, they're all numbered, so you can just throw out a number right there. We know the First Amendment, the Second, the Third Amendment, the First Amendment and the Second Amendment are talked about a lot. But this one right here, unlawful search and seizure, this is the one when people say, I know my rights, these are the rights that they're talking about. Which amendment in the Bill of Rights protects us? You know, if you say you're going to need a warrant for that, that's your protection under which of our constitutional amendments? All right, which I think the numbers have gone up there pretty far. A lot of interesting ones. We had an amendment that banned alcohol, an amendment that brought it back. But which amendment makes it so that you can't arbitrarily be searched without probable cause? That is the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment. So let's see, the easy 1, 2, 3, 4. You got speech. 2 is bearing arms. 3 is we don't have to quarter soldiers coming through town. And 4th is unlawful search and seizure. 5th Amendment being the right to remain silent and double jeopardy. Okay, so that was the Fourth Amendment. Very important one to know. Question number 6. Here's your U.S. geography. Kansas's eastern border is entirely against which other U.S. state? So Kansas right there, in the heartland USA, which other U.S. state is Kansas's eastern border entirely against? So sort of think about that like... in terms of Massachusetts, we got 2 states to our north, 2 to our south, but our entire western border is with New York, so there's no way around that. Kansas's entire eastern border is touching which other U.S. state? So more geography for you here. Again, sort of like the Great Lakes, might help to visualize, but if you can't get a real visualization in there, you know a general idea of where Kansas is. So maybe name one of the states that touches Kansas and you could be right. All right, we do got some people getting this. There's still room for one more. Get 2 more seconds. Okay. Well, right there in the heartland USA, The correct answer is Missouri. Missouri. So I guess Kansas's eastern border with Missouri would be the same as Missouri's western border with Kansas. Although I might have to look at a map closer to see if Missouri touches other states to the west, but Kansas only touches one state to the east, which is Missouri, the show me state. Okay, here we go. Question number 7, some nice world cultures. According to Greek mythology, what titan was condemned to hold up the celestial heavens for all of eternity? So we're looking for one of the titans of Greek mythology, the one that holds up the celestial heavens for all time. You can imagine the image of reasonably to hold up the universe, you got to be very strong, but a strong man with the world on his shoulders. What is the name of this Greek titan? Greek titan holding up the earth, sky, and world on his shoulders, which was a punishment. Reasonably so. Certainly not a prize. I wouldn't. Yeah, the winner of round 3 gets to hold up the planet for the rest of eternity. What is the name of this Greek titan? So this Greek titan, when you hear the name, you might think this titan is also associated with things like maps. So that's the best hint I can give you right there. This titan holds up the world and may be associated nowadays with maps. All right, and that's time. That titan's name was Atlas. Atlas holds up the world, and a road atlas is of the world of roads. And if Atlas shrugs, we all feel it. So here we go. Oh, wow, just like that, we are coming into our last question of round 3. So get really ready, because this one, you got an honest fighting shot, but it's round 3, so it's got to be a tough one. Here is your final question of the evening. What is the 9th digit of pi? Good old pi. It goes on forever and never repeats itself. I'd like to say I might go on forever, but sometimes I do repeat myself. But pi doesn't. So pi, the first 3 digits are 314, 3.14. So 3 is counted as the first digit. Of course, any zeros before 3 aren't counted when you're talking about your mathematical integers right there. So you got 3.1415, and that's as far as I'll give you right there. But that might be as far as people might know offhand. What is the 9th digit of pi? So if you know pi to 10 places, you're in luck. If you know pi to 50 places, you're still in luck, but you didn't need the other 41. So 9th digit of pi, the answer is either 0 through 9. So if you don't know, send it in now. A number 0 through 9. By virtue of pi, it could randomly be it. All right, well, the correct answer is 5. 5. So pi goes 3.141592653. 3 being the 10th digit. So right there, that's the 10 digits of pi. 3.141592653. With 9 being, or with 5 being the 9th digit of pi. So I don't know how many people there were sitting down and measuring a circle. You got to be quick if you're trying to measure a circle in just a minute. But we'll come back in just a minute with our third and final drawing of the evening. This is the $50 gift card to the Southeast School of Music. So maybe this will be the gift that keeps on giving. You might start a new hobby with this one. But like I said before, we'll be back in a minute, and I'll see you then.
I'm Gail Devins, and join me as we discover all the businesses that made Easton great. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. I cannot wait. I want to do it. I want to go there. I am definitely coming back, and I know you will too, because I'm telling you something. It is absolutely amazing in here. What a wonderful way to discover Easton. It's right here in Easton. showing at noon on Mondays, 2 p.m. on Tuesdays, and 11 a.m. on Fridays, only on ECAT.
And we're back. All right. So hopefully everybody's all geared up for this. The bag's feeling a bit lighter this round. I guess it was the tough one. But that means for those of you that did get a correct answer in, the odds are ever in your favor. So here we go for the Southeast School of Music. Let us see who our lucky winner is. Ooh, I drew out two. Put one back without looking. Okay. Right there. Number 9 goes to David. David, for correctly identifying Atlas. You are our round 3 winner to the Southeast School of Music. So, see, you never know. Even if that, how many ever questions you get right, all it takes is one. So let's see. Round 1, Chai was the winner. Round 2, Santa Maria, and round 3, Atlas. So let me mark that down. Congratulations to David for being our round 3 winner right here. And for everybody else, which is always next time. So join us next month on October 24th at 6 p.m. for the next episode of Tuesday Triviality. In the lead up to Halloween, it'll be a special spooky twist. It'll still be general trivia, but we'll do some nice spooky themes in there for you for Tuesday Triviality. So mark your calendars now to play along live and win prizes. For everybody else, you could always watch again at a later date. I'd like to again thank Michael Associates Ltd. for sponsoring this program and bringing it to you. But we can't do it without help from viewers like you as well. So if you like this and the other programming here at ECAT, you can help out with a donation. So if you would like to support and be a sponsor or a donor to ECAT, you can simply just go to eastoncat.org and look at the bottom for the donation link. So thank you for your continued support, and thank you for playing along today. I'm your Trivia Master, Tim, and I hope to see you next time for another episode of Triviality. Keep that curiosity alive. Take care, everybody.